Hi, this is Scott Devine, and this is my second tutorial on how to phrase well when soloing. If you haven't seen the first one, go to my website scottsbasslessons.com and you'll be able to find that tutorial and a bunch of others as well that are really wicked. I'm sure you'll enjoy them, and you've also got the chance to get the PDF lessons for each lesson, so you've got a visual representation of what I'm talking about as well, so it makes it a little bit easier for you. So, on with the lesson. So we're looking at Blue Bossa, that's what we're soloing on today, and we're looking at how to develop our phrasing on this tune, and on other tunes. Everything's transferable. So what I'm going to talk about today is transferable information between chords. So you could call it intervallic relationships between chords as well. And what I mean is, for instance, we've got a C minor chord here, and we could play a melody on this C minor chord that's easily transferable to this chord because they're both minor chords. So for instance, we could play on the C minor and on the F minor, like a similar type of melody. So what we'll take is a simple melody and we'll take it through the piece, and I'll show you how to use your timing, how to stretch the timing, and just how to sound more mature in your playing by using techniques like this. So for instance, on the C minor, let's take a simple melody. We'll start on the root, and we'll do root 9, minor third, and then back down. So yeah, let's hit the fifth in there as well. So C, D, E flat, D, C, G, G. So we're on root 9, minor third, 9, root, fifth, fifth. And that information is easily transferable to F minor. We'll just go to the F and play exactly the same thing, which is F, G, A flat, G, F, C, C. Okay? So the first two chords. Now we've got a minor 2-5-1 here. So I'm not sure whether you've seen my minor 2-5-1 tutorial. If you haven't, maybe it's worth going and checking that out. But for now, I'm simply going to say we're going to play C harmonic minor over this entire 4-bar section, okay? With things like this, you can either play the chord tones, or you can superimpose different scales on top of the chords to get different sounds. None's better than the other, just different approaches, and it's worth having each in your bag of tricks. So for this little exercise, we're going to use C harmonic minor over this entire stretch. So it's 2-5-1 into C minor. We're going to superimpose a C harmonic minor scale on top of that. So this is that is this scale. Just a normal minor scale, but with a major 7 instead of a minor 7. It's quite an oriental type sound. So because we're doing that, I can almost ignore the D and I can just play information from the C harmonic minor. So I'm going to start on the root again, which is the C, and I'm just going to play that same melody. But we've got a G7 here, and what would be nice is if I got a note in from this G7, okay, and you'll notice that the 7th note in the harmonic minor scale, okay, is the 3rd in the G7. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to play the start of the melody, but I'm going to resolve to that note because that's going to really help us spell out that G7 there. And then back to the C minor. Then we've got a major 2-5-1 in D flat major, okay? 1, 2, 3, there we go. The E flat minor, obviously it's a minor chord, so that information that we've been playing beforehand is really easily transferable. place. And then for the A flat 7, I'm gonna kind of hang on that note, because it's a nice note over the A flat there. And then when it gets to the D flat major 7, this is quite an interesting chord, this, to superimpose this little melody that we've been using, because I really want to stick with the exact same intervals. Okay, so I can't play, this is the D flat, sorry, because I've been using minor thirds. Okay, so we've got to see if that same little melody is anywhere within the D flat major scale. So if we take the D flat major scale, you'll see that the 13th major 7 and root are exactly the same intervallic relationship as all the melodies that we've been using all the way through, which is a whole step and a semitone, whole step and a half step or semitone. So with the D flat, we can use that same information, and then we're back to the minor 251 in C minor, so we can go back to the C harmonic minor scale. So let's see what all that sounds like to start with. A lot of information.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
Okay, so there you can hear I'm just using that same little melody, but I'm transferring it through the chords. Now I'm taking liberties with my timing, and I'm doing that on purpose. It's really intentional, in fact, because if I play the same melody at the exact same spot in each bar, it's going to sound pretty horrific. I'll just show you exactly what I don't want you to do. Okay.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
I kept on breaking out of that same rhythm, but you see what I'm saying. I'm not playing that boo da dee da 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 1, 2, 3 boo da doo da dee da da. I'm not actually doing that. I'm using the same intervals, but I'm really taking liberties with the timing. I'm going to try and give you another example, and I'm really going to do it this time. I'm going to really take liberties with
1,
it. Okay.
2, 3.
So there you can see how much I'm actually stretching the melody and taking liberties with it. I'm really trying to be inventive with the way I use it and not play it the same every time. Like, I'm always using the same intervals, but sometimes I might play it faster. I might play more notes. I might change the dynamic of it. I might play it hard or soft. All these things really add to your phrasing. And also, after you've taken it through a piece like this and really tried to get as much mileage out of it as possible, then try and add in some noise as well. By noise, I mean you can reference an idea, then you can play some maybe a little scalic flourish, just to give the phrase a little bit more depth, and then keep referencing back to the melody. It's probably easier if I show you what I mean instead of waffling on about it. Okay.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
Lick. Lick. A little bit of noise. Lick. Lick. Noise. Lick. Lick. Noise. Okay, so I'm referencing it, but then I'm putting a little bit of noise, some flourishes in there as well. And by doing that, the listener, he hears you, or she hears you as well. They both hear you. They hear you keep referencing this material, and it keeps dragging them back in, you know. Using these little techniques helps your soloing sound much more mature. So if you take the 2 little techniques I gave you in tutorial 1, which was frame your ideas, okay, frame your ideas, and then also make sure each idea relates to each other. It could be a timing thing, it could be an intervallic thing, and then also take little intervallic relationships or little melodies like this and be able to work them through your solo, and then finally use them in a context where you can play them, then add some flourishes, and then reference them again, then flourishes, then reference them again. And by using these 3 little techniques, your soloing is going to sound so much more mature than just random noise, and it's going to give you a lot to practice on as well. Hopefully you've got a lot from this tutorial. If you have, subscribe to me on YouTube, and obviously when I add new videos you'll get them, you'll get an email notification. If you've got any questions or anything like that, email me as well. You can get in contact with me via my website, and have a great day. Take it easy.